everyone. It's nice to talk to you again today. I'm coming to you today in my front garden, so we may get a little bit of traffic going past or people coming from the park. We'll just press on in spite of anything that happens to us. Today we're going to do a yin yoga class. So what I'd like you to do is just come into cross legs and come into Gyan Mudra, tips of the thumb and the index finger together, palms open over the knees, making sure you're sitting nicely on the mat, stretching up. Close your eyes, and I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about yin yoga before we start, while you just practice your breathing. So yin yoga targets the deep connective tissue, the fascia, the ligaments, the joints and the bones. It is slow and it's meditative. So what you do is turn inwards, you focus on physical sensations in your body, focus on the breath, and you'll find that this will release blockages and it'll increase your energy flow. So for the purpose of the video today, I'm going to hold the postures for 10 breaths. But what I'd like you to do is pause the video, and you can hold these for 3 to 5 minutes or even longer, and you'll get a much greater extra benefit from doing this. The benefits are that it lengthens the connective tissues, increases flexibility, boosts circulation, and reduces stress. So it's all pretty good. Let's just lie down on the mat and begin. So we're just going to do a little warm-up, lying on our back. That's a good way to do a warm-up, isn't it? Lying on our back. Just making sure you're comfortable. And just begin rolling the ankles with your breath. Be aware of how this stretches right through your body. And the other way. Make sure you're breathing at the same time. And then point your toes. Breathe in and lift your heels off the mat. Point your toes. Lift your heels. Point your toes. And lift your heels. And relax. Come back with the hands underneath the waist and press down on your waist, breathing out. Let it come back to normal, breathing in. Breathing out, breathing in. Notice that you're tilting your pelvis here. Breathe out and breathe in. Take your arms overhead. Breathing in, exhale and stretch right. Exhale and stretch left. And then we're going to do happy baby pose. So pull up both legs, take your hands around each knee and just roll. Very relaxing this. Now, just when you're ready, stretch out and just roll your neck from side to side. Just loosening it out. Make sure you do it with the breath. All right, are you ready to begin some postures? So the first one we're going to do is take the bottom over to the right side of the mat and the legs, the feet over to the left side of the mat. Lock your left leg down with your right foot. Take your arms overhead. Also bring them over to the left. So the hips are over to the right and the feet are on the left. And we're stretching like a banana, actually called banana asana. So just breathe into this. And relax. Be aware of the physical sensations in your body. Use your exhalation. So within yoga, you want to actually increase the length of your exhalation, because it's your exhalation that will help you to really stretch this out. So now take your bottom over to the other side of the mat and your feet to the opposite. Lock down, take your arms over there and stretch. And breathe deeply. I'm seeing a beautiful cloud up above my tree. Looks like a heart. How perfect for yin yoga. Just breathing deeply. And relaxing. And come back. So we're just going to stretch out now, bring the legs up, arms out to the side, exhale over to the left side, take your knees down, your shoulder down, and lock yourself into that posture and hold, looking over to your arm, and breathe deeply through the diaphragm. And then when you're ready, come back to the center. Exhale over to the other side. Stretch down your knee. Stretch out your shoulder along the mat and lock yourself into that right angle. Relax into it and breathe. Make it beautiful and stretchy. And when you're ready, come back to the center. Now we're going to do one that we haven't done for ages in class. So I'm happy I did this class that reminded me of it. This is called the cat pulling on its tail. So what we want to do is take one leg over to one side, take hold of your back foot and look back towards your back foot and stretch. This is a really fun posture, so enjoy it. Breathing. And when you're ready, release it and roll over the other way, taking your leg out, take hold of the back foot, stretch it out, bring the thigh back as far as you can. Look over towards your arm and relax. And breathe. Okay, when you're ready to come back, we're going to do this stretch. So take hold of your foot. Now, if you need a strap for this, you could use a belt or something at home. Take one leg out to the side. Bring your hand on your hip, because we want to keep that hip down as much as we can to be flat on the mat. You might need to put a pillow under your leg if you want to, and breathe into that. So be really good if you can hold these. But for the purposes of the video and getting it downloaded, I'm just going to now do the other side. So we're taking the same leg, changing hands, and coming over to the other side. And come back. We're going to take the other leg, stretch it out, put your hand on your hip, And try and keep it down on the mat as much as you can. And then take your hand over, stretch the leg over to the other side, coming into the twist. And hold it. And release it. Now, I want you to roll over onto your stomach. And we're going to do a really strong shoulder stretch here. So what I want you to do is lie down and stretch out your right shoulder with the palm down. Roll onto your right side now. And lift your leg. And just bring the other hand down in front of you. And hold that. So I'll roll over the other way and you'll be able to see what it looks like from the other side. So taking the left arm out, rolling onto your left side, and bring your leg up. This is called the open wing pose. And it's a really strong shoulder stretch and I think you'll like it. All right, we're going to release that now. Come onto your knees. And we're going to do the cat stretch. So everyone knows this one. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Round out your back, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And breathe in. Now lift your arm. We're going to do this posture called threading the needle. Dive right through as far as you can. Take your arm across the back. Get your shoulder vertical and bring your hand around onto your thigh. So what you might like to do is to do this as a partner exercise with someone at home. So if you're doing it with a partner, and it'll be much stronger, have them facing you in exactly the same position and take hold of your hands, this hand, join your hands and get far enough apart so you can get a stretch on your shoulder, and you'll find that this is a great way to actually deepen the posture. So come back and lift your arm, dive through, looking up, and breathing and holding and come back. All right, here's a posture we're going to do called the dragon, baby dragon. We're going to do a couple of different versions of it. The first one, we're just taking the leg forward and we've got the hands on either side and we're stretching out the back leg. So just holding that posture, getting a nice stretch through the hips that way. And then we're going to come into the posture that we do in class most frequently called the baby dragon. So bring your thigh upright, roll your foot upright so the back of the foot is facing outwards. Both hands beside the foot and pull your elbows down towards the mat. And hold. Okay, we're going to do it all on the other side now. So stepping forward, stretching out that back leg, lifting up with the chest and the head. And now coming into baby dragon, bringing the thigh upright, rolling the foot onto the side, hands beside your foot, and draw the elbows down towards the mat. So you'll find this gives you quite a strong stretch through the hip. Okay, and from there we're going to come into pigeon. So stretch forward, bringing the leg back and stretching right out. And walk your hands back. Stretching back and stretch out. All right, coming back now. Have your knees directly under your hips. We're going to come into Anahata Asana. So just stretch out with your shoulders. Make sure your neck's not got a lot of tension in it. And stretch out as far as you can with your shoulders. You could always put a pillow under your head if you want to. And hold it. So I'm really meaning for you to hold these for much longer than I am to get the true benefit of this. So please do that. And just walk your hands back. Come into child pose just to relax the shoulders. And we're going to just come into Sphinx. So for Sphinx pose, just have your arms facing forward, toes pointing backwards, trying to stay in frame here. So lifting up. And release it. So we're going to come into a squat. You may want to put a blanket or a bit of your mat underneath your heels if you need to. So just coming into this squatting position. What I want you to do is take your upper arm onto the inner thigh like this. Bring your palms together and stretch up as high as you can. So breathing in and relax it, breathing out. Once more, breathing in, breathing out, and breathing in, stretching, pushing against your knees, opening that right up, and release it. All right, let's come down and stretch out the legs. I'm getting covered in grass here, but it doesn't matter. So I just want you to take hold of your big toe, draw your elbow down onto the mat, take your hand over onto the outside of your foot, try and get this arm up above the ear and look up to the ceiling. So you may need to take a strap or a belt or something at home just to help you to stretch into that, and we're looking up at the ceiling. My beautiful heart cloud now looks like flying birds. And on the way through, we'll just release that and we'll stretch forward. and come over to the side. And please remember, I'm intending for you to hold these for much longer than I am. And looking up. And release it. So, now we're going to come into wide-legged child pose or frog pose. So, just taking the knees apart now and stretching out. If this is difficult for you, you may want to put a pillow under your chest. But it's one you should hold for quite a while. Let your body sink into it and breathe into it. And then come into the butterfly pose. So we want the soles of the feet together and letting the knees flick down. Now we're not doing this quite the way we normally do. We're going to stretch the arms forward and lift up. All right. Now, 2 more poses to go. We're going to do the deer pose. This might be new to some of you. So, a right angle here, leg coming out this way, and this way. This way, this way, this way. And we're turning away from there. So you want your hands in nice and close to the body. Body nice and straight, don't lean forward. Pull your abdominal muscles in. And release it. And we'll do the other side. So coming into right angle here, 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 here. And turning away from your legs. Pull your abdominal muscles in. And hold. And breathe. And release it. I'm going to finish with Viparita Karani Mudra. So you might like to put your feet up the wall and put a cushion underneath your bottom, and that will be perfect for Viparita Karani. I'm going to do it as a freestanding posture now to finish off. So as a freestanding posture, it becomes a mudra or a seal. And this is a very ancient posture. It's a rejuvenating posture. If you have my book, check it out. What it does, it seals the energy above the solar plexus, which is your fire chakra. The cooler energies or aging energies come down from the top of the body, and it locks the energy there, increases the fire energy, so in that way it becomes a rejuvenating posture. So it's good to begin this posture in a half shoulder stand. So just having the legs over, and then cup your hands and bring them in behind you and push your hips backwards into your hands so that your upper body curves backwards and you're getting that lock. and just gently come out of it. So please work on holding these postures, and namaste. Thank you.